Are you embarrassed by the content you've been posting on YouTube? Or maybe you don't know what to post because you feel like nobody's gonna listen to you anyways? Or maybe you cringe thinking about the videos that you have posted or the videos you will post? There's hope for you. One of those videos, even if it kind of bombs or it kind of sucks, may go viral one day. I've got a video that I posted about 12 years ago. It's one of my first videos I posted on YouTube, and it's gotten thousands of views. We're gonna watch it together, and this is gonna be my reaction to watching this video, which I'm sure is a little cringy, yet it's gotten thousands of views and people still watch it. So let's watch the cringy video together and get some learning lessons from it. Okay, so this video, it's called How to Market Yourself as an Artist, a mini training course. And look at me, I'm a little baby. This was 12 years ago. Ugh. Gosh. Okay, let's listen.
I'm Alexandra Figueiredo, success coach with Artista Coaching and co-founder of artistamundo.com.
Okay, guys, so this is me. I don't know why I'm so soft spoken. I think at this time I had just left the corporate world and I was a new entrepreneur. I was still trying to find my voice, but I really didn't have a voice back then. And maybe I thought that's the way that I was supposed to speak.
I've been doing a lot of courses and webinars and workshops on marketing for artists. And I just wanted to go through and do this little course with you. Just go through some of the basic principles that are very important nowadays for marketing your art.
So one thing that's kind of interesting, and if you can hear, there's a kind of a slow hum. You might not be able to notice it, but there is a slow hum. So the audio isn't super great. And I look orange. I am not tan and I've never been tan, would never have been orange anyways. So the lighting was just not good. Okay, let's continue.
Once you figure out what your goals are, whether you're more in line to get sales or exposure, then it's important to see who your audience is. Who are you targeting? Are you targeting buyers or gallerists? Is it the press? Is it general audience? That's an important key. And what are you trying to sell? If you're trying to sell original works, then your strategies are going to be different than if you're trying to sell prints, which you can probably easily sell online, for example.
So one thing that's really interesting is that this was 12 years ago, but I was still talking about who to target, who's your audience. And I think that's really key because what I've been talking about, what I talk about now and what I've been talking about for 12 years are foundational strategies of building your brand, of growing your business. And whether or not you're using social media or you're building your YouTube channel or you're going to go on to some other platform tomorrow, these are strategies that don't go out of style. I'm talking about things back then that I still talk about that are still relevant and still important. In fact, I was even using that because I was targeting artists at the time. The content was good. And that's probably the reason why 12 years later, I still have people watching this video, particularly artists. Why? Because this was a training specifically for artists.
If your goal is to get sales, then you're going to be doing more of a sales strategy, not a general marketing strategy. And this is really most effective if you're going to be selling original works to buyers or if you're trying to find a gallerist.
One thing I noticed, actually two things I noticed, is that I was actually editing back then. So even 12 years ago, even though it's not super polished, I was editing out awkward pauses or mistakes that I was making. I can tell that I was editing those pieces out. The other thing I noticed is that I was reading probably either a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word document with notes because I can see myself reading something. If I were to do this today, I would probably have text on the video, captions stating each of the different points I was making to reinforce what I'm talking about in the video. And it helps the audience to retain the information to be able to see it, not just hearing me say it.
Traditional marketing is all the marketing that is really more of a personal or even physical touch, such as using the phone, having invitations, sending brochures, newsletters, physical newsletters, having, event marketing and such, so that you want to really have people uh, come to your work. You want people to see your work. And the traditional marketing is really more, actually nowadays, what makes you stand out, because a lot of people are trying to use online marketing, which is great if you're going more for the exposure. But if you're going for real sales, a more personalized touch is going to be key.
Wow. So this was 12 years ago. And the strategies that I'm talking about have stood the test of time because that's still relevant advice today, especially after the pandemic when so many people pivoted to online. We want to get back to that connection. We want to get back to that one-to-one touch with people, having conversations in person. It's not necessary, but finding other ways to connect with people and engage with people in a more traditional way versus just relying on online sales or social media to grow your business. This was 2 minutes out of a almost 15-minute little mini training. I think I've seen enough. It was super cringe in the fact that I definitely didn't have a personality. I also didn't really have a voice. You see what happens over 12 years. You get better at doing videos. You get better at editing. You get better at speaking. You become more articulate in your topic, in your content. So instead of worrying about your old cringy videos or worrying about your future videos, use that as a stepping stone. Learn from your videos. Improve. You're going to get better. You're going to have more content ideas. You're going to get better at speaking. You're going to become more articulate. You're going to become better at editing. Maybe you get lighting features that are better. I didn't have a ring light. Now ring lights are super inexpensive and very accessible. Maybe it's getting a microphone. Maybe it's adding B-roll, which nowadays is much more accessible, or audio, music, captions, text, right? Put that into your video. So just use those older videos, or if you just posted, or if you're hesitant to post, don't worry about it. It's going to get better. I promise. As long as you're consistent and you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your past content. And that video that I posted 12 years ago has thousands of views and it still gets views. Why? One, because I was targeting artists and people are seeing it today who are artists who want to market their work. And the content, even though some of it is probably a little bit outdated, like maybe if I was using specific tactics or platforms, that might be a little outdated, but the content itself, the strategies have stood the test of time. That's still good advice 12 years later. Maybe I wasn't as polished back then, but the quality of the content was good. And so I'm a little cringed when I watch myself, but actually I was impressed. That was one of my first videos. It wasn't too bad. And again, it got thousands of views. So don't fret. Don't worry if you've posted something you're a little bit cringe about. And again, use that as a stepping stone to learn and to improve your content so that you can grow your YouTube channel. If you do need greater support to grow your YouTube channel, if you want to grow it faster, go to alexandrafigueredo.com/YouTube, and I have some group and one-to-one programs that will help you grow and monetize your YouTube channel faster. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll also like this video as well. For more help growing your visibility and monetizing your brand, go to alexandrafigueredo.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.